Am I under
I'm just
arrest?
asking for his ID. That's all I'm asking for.
Record this. Go live. Go live on Instagram right now.
Hey, get the around, do now! Fuck yourself out, don't touch that dog!
Get your hands off my dog!
On February 27, 2022, a routine patrol in a Broward County, Florida apartment complex parking lot escalated when a police officer noticed a vehicle idling with hazard lights on and the driver's side window down. The situation caught the officer's attention as it appeared to violate Florida state law, Statute 316.1975, which mandates that no vehicle should be left unattended without turning off the engine, locking the ignition, and removing the keys. After observing the vehicle for about 10 minutes, the officer began knocking on nearby apartment doors to locate the vehicle's owner.
What's going on, man?
Hey, how's it going?
Is your Jeep?
Yeah.
What's it doing?
I was just running to my sister's house.
The driver soon emerged from an apartment, seemingly unaware of the legal implications. The officer explained the illegality of the vehicle's condition: engine running, window down, keys in the ignition, emphasizing the violation of state law. The conversation intensified as the officer questioned the driver's decision to leave the vehicle running.
That's running with its window down. So you're supposed to. So if this got stolen, then you're gonna call us wanting help. But you're the one that leaves it running with the keys in the ignition and the window open.
I'm sorry. I wasn't nervous about that. I wasn't a thought on my mind.
But it needs to be a thought in your mind.
The driver mentioned they were just making a quick visit to their sister's place and didn't think it was necessary to turn off the engine. This misunderstanding highlighted a common lack of awareness about the law, but underscored a serious safety breach. The situation grew tense when the officer requested the driver's ID to issue a citation. The driver hesitated, showing signs of anxiety.
Why is this such a big issue to you?
I feel like I'm being interrogated about a vehicle. I ran in, I'm bringing my nephew home.
Sir, I've been out here for 10 to 15 minutes, walking around looking for somebody. You haven't just run inside and run back out, okay?
No, do you have kids? How old are you?
That doesn't matter.
How old are you?
None of that matters. I don't have to answer that question.
I no longer
Do you have your ID? I'll take your ID.
Answer that question.
I'll take your ID.
I don't have to answer that question.
How am I going to issue the citation without giving the ID?
A citation? What is the citation? What is the law that I'm breaking?
Okay, now I'll take a routine. ID, please.
Okay.
The officer stressed the importance of compliance, pointing out that leaving a vehicle unattended could invite theft or other problems needing police intervention. The tension escalated rapidly when the driver, faced with the prospect of receiving a citation, flatly refused to hand over their identification. This refusal was accompanied by a call for legal assistance, which the driver made loudly, expressing a growing sense of distress and frustration.
I'm gonna be detained for. Yo, I went to my sister's house, dude. Like, this is crazy to me, man.
I'm sorry that this feels crazy to you, but are you going to provide me your ID or not?
The officer, emphasizing the need for compliance with the law, attempted to detain the driver. The situation quickly deteriorated into a physical struggle. The officer aimed to take control by restraining the driver, who, feeling threatened, resisted vehemently. This altercation was not merely a scuffle, but a significant clash that underscored the intense pressure and urgency felt by both parties involved.
Sir, please do not touch me.
I don't want to touch you, but
Sir,
I'm asking you
please
to
do
do
not
something.
touch me. Am I under arrest?
Huh?
Am I under
I'm giving
arrest?
you a
Why are
lawful
you
command.
grabbing me? You're not allowed to grab me. You are not allowed to touch me or put
I
your
am allowed
hands
to
on
touch
me.
you.
Kiana, record this.
Please give me your ID.
Record this, Kiana.
Please give me your
Yo,
ID
why?
before you give
Am I under arrest?
All right, you're being
Am I under arrest? Am I under arrest?
I'm just asking for his ID.
Am I
That's all
under
I'm asking
arrest?
for.
Record this. Go live.
Can
Go live on
up, please?
Instagram right now. Go live on Instagram.
Put your other hand behind your back.
Go live on Instagram right now. Am I under arrest?
Huh?
Am I under arrest? Why am I being detained? Why am I being detained?
As the officer struggled to detain the driver, nearby residents began to take notice, adding an audience to what was already a highly charged situation.
What, am I
Put your other hand
arrest?
behind your back. Put your other hand behind the back. Do it now. Do not reach for anything.
Am I
Put
under
your other
arrest?
hand behind your back.
Am I under arrest?
Put your other hand behind your
Am I
back.
under arrest? Am I under
You are being
arrest?
detained.
Are you recording this?
In the heat of the confrontation, the driver made a sudden decision to flee the scene, a move that escalated the situation further. The officer, now in pursuit, immediately called for backup. This rapid response brought additional police officers to the scene, including a K-9 unit specifically trained for such incidents.
All right, where'd you got him? Last have him. We walked. I walked this little area here. I had him last rounding the wood line.
The urgency of the situation was palpable as the officer sought to prevent the driver from escaping and possibly endangering themselves or others. The trained police dog played a crucial role in the apprehension, locating the driver hiding near a wooded area of the complex and police were quick to reach after the man tried harming the dog. This swift and decisive action by the police highlighted the coordination and resources available to law enforcement in managing such situations.
Get your hands off my dog!
He's biting me! He's biting me! He's biting me!
Stop!
Stop biting yourself out!
Walk yourself out! Don't touch that
Stop biting me!
Don't touch that
Get him to stop!
The arrival of the K9 unit not only demonstrated the seriousness with which the police treated the escape, but also their preparedness to use specialized tactics to ensure public safety and uphold the law. This episode of flight and subsequent police response vividly illustrated the complexities of law enforcement in action. It underscored the challenges officers face when individuals resist authority, leading to potentially dangerous confrontations. Following the intense confrontation and subsequent arrest, the driver, identified only as a male in his mid-30s, was transported to a local hospital for medical evaluation. This step was crucial not only to assess any injuries sustained during the arrest, but also to ensure the driver's health before proceeding with legal actions. The evaluation was comprehensive, involving both physical and psychological assessments to document the effects of the altercation, especially considering the physical engagement with both the police officer and the police dog. The situation at the hospital was tense as the driver continued to dispute the manner in which he had been treated by law enforcement. Despite the medical setting, the driver remained confrontational, arguing about the legality and fairness of this treatment. This ongoing dispute highlighted his persistent state of agitation and resistance towards the authorities' actions, which had escalated from a simple law enforcement check to a series of criminal charges. The charges filed against the driver were severe and numerous, reflecting the gravity of the incident. He faced one count of battery on a law enforcement officer, highlighting the physical confrontations during the arrest. Additionally, he was charged with resisting an officer with violence, a direct result of his attempt to evade arrest and his aggressive behavior towards the police officer and the K9 unit. Another charge included the unlawful malicious striking of a police K9, emphasizing the seriousness with which attacks on police animals are regarded. Further compounding his legal troubles, the driver was also charged with a series of related offenses that painted a picture of reckless disregard for public safety and legal standards. These included leaving an engine running with the key in the ignition, which was the initial violation that had drawn the officer's attention. Each charge contributed to a mounting case against him, illustrating a cascade of legal repercussions stemming from what had begun as a minor traffic infraction. Following the apprehension and the intense sequences that unfolded, the legal ramifications for the driver began to crystallize. The initial incident on February 27, 2022 led to a court date set for the following months. However, the situation took another severe turn when the driver failed to appear in court on the assigned date. This failure to appear prompted the court to issue an arrest warrant, marking another significant escalation in the driver's ongoing legal troubles. Months later, law enforcement located and attempted to re-arrest the driver, leading to a second high-stakes confrontation. This time, the encounter escalated into a vehicle chase that ended dramatically with the driver's arrest. In December 2022, the court proceedings for the driver reached a pivotal conclusion. After months of legal maneuverings and numerous court appearances, the driver chose to enter a plea of nolo contendere, commonly known as no contest. This plea does not admit guilt, but accepts the punishment as though guilty, a strategic decision that can often simplify court processes and potentially mitigate harsher penalties. The court's decision was to sentence the driver accordingly. Reflecting on the severity of the incidents and the charges, the judge handed down a total sentence of 364 days. However, taking into account the 211 days already served by the driver in the Broward County jail, the remaining time to be served was set at 153 days. This sentence encompassed the culmination of charges stemming from the initial confrontation, the subsequent failure to appear, and the violent resistance during the second arrest. Interestingly, the court chose to dismiss some of the lesser charges, including the original offense of leaving an engine running with the key in the ignition. This dismissal was part of the plea deal, which aimed to resolve the matter efficiently while still addressing the more serious allegations of battery on a law enforcement officer and resisting arrest with violence. The outcome of these proceedings marked a significant moment not only for the driver, but also for the community and local law enforcement. It served as a stark reminder of the consequences of escalating encounters with police and the complex interplay between individual actions and legal accountability. This case, by its conclusion, highlighted the challenges and intricacies of administering justice in emotionally charged situations, leaving a lasting impression on all those involved and those observing from the broader community. We hope this video has provided you with a deeper understanding of the complex dynamics between citizens and law enforcement. If you found this video insightful, please like, comment, and share your thoughts or similar experiences. Engage with us in the comment section below to discuss how such incidents impact community trust and legal perceptions. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more in-depth coverage of real-life events. Your interaction helps us bring more such stories to light. Thank you for watching.